where we bring Middle Eastern cooking to America. The holidays are just around the corner, and to me, that means baking. I love baking for the holidays. I love to share what I make with family members and friends. In today's show, I'll be making the traditional holiday cookies of Iraq, Kleecha. And with that, I'll be making Semolina date cookies. We'll start off with making the dough for the Kleecha, for the cookies. I need 2.5 teaspoons of dry yeast, equivalent to 1 envelope, 2 tablespoons of sugar, 1/4 cup of lukewarm water. Let it sit for about 5 minutes. Now, I need to have 4 sticks, 2 cups of butter, melted. Now, we need to have 7 cups of all-purpose flour. Make sure you level the cup. Make sure we have 7 cups. 5, 6, 7, and 1 teaspoon of salt. Mix all the dry ingredients together until all blended. Then I'll add the melted butter. Mix until all the butter is incorporated into flour. Will be all coated into the flour. Now I'll add 1 cup of yogurt, just plain yogurt, homemade or store-bought plain yogurt. And we'll finish kneading the dough with the machine. You can also knead it by hand to form a nice smooth dough. This is gonna be real nice and flaky dough. Super easy to make. Okay, the dough looks ready. It's nice and flaky dough. Just try to smooth it out a little bit. You don't want to overwork the dough. It looks real ready. And cover it with some saran wrap and a kitchen towel. And this is going to sit in a warm place for about 2 to 3 hours to rest. Now we will prepare the fillings for the Kleecha, for our cookies. Kleecha comes in different fillings. Usually the ones that they are most used is the dates, walnuts, and coconut. So now we will prepare the date filling. We have soft, real soft dates. We'll take the pit out. You can use the real soft dates, or around this time of the year, In most of the Middle Eastern stores, you can find the paste that's already made for you. So either or, it's going to be the same thing. Just to make it easier, I will use the paste that I purchased from Middle Eastern store. I have 2 tablespoons of butter. And I have about 2 cups of date paste. It's about 1 pound. So now what we are doing is like we are heating the dates with some butter over low heat, just until it's soft and it's easy for us to work with. To this, I'll add 1 tablespoon of cinnamon. You can add more or less, depending on how much you like it. And also, I'll add some sesame seeds. You can also use walnuts if you like. So we'll just heat it up until everything is incorporated and it forms into a nice soft paste. The dates are nice and soft, and they also cooled off for a little bit. So I'll take about a piece the size of an orange, and I'll roll it out in between 2 plastic wrap into triangular as a fruit roller. You see how easily it rolls up? It's really nice and soft and easy to work with. So we'll roll it out as thin as possible. Into a rectangle. Okay, we continue rolling the dates. And we have them ready to filling for our date cookies. Now the dough is ready. It's been resting for about 2.5 hours. So what I would do is I take a small portion of this beautiful flaky dough and I'll roll it out as thin as possible onto my work surface. Kleicha cookies, they were used or made only to celebrate religious holidays up until the 60s. Now, Kleicha are made all year round. Kleicha was made in big quantities, and not many people had ovens in their household. So what they did is they used the neighborhood bakeries to bake the Kleicha for them. Okay, this looks good. I'll remove the top wrap and then I'll just lay it flat on the dough and try to press on it gently, and I will cut it into 2 strips. That all depends on how large the pieces you want them to be. And then what I would do is I roll it out jelly roll fashion. Flatten it with the dough opener and then cut it into desired shapes. Again, you can cut them as small or large as you want. Look at these cookies. Look at the layers of the flaky dough and the chewy dates. It's beautiful. So what I would do now is I'll arrange them on a baking sheet lined with parchment paper. I will work with the second piece, do exactly the same, roll it out, jelly roll fashion, and flatten it a little bit with the dough opener. And cut it into desired shapes. I like using this floated cutting device. It gives you that nice scallop design on the edges. And arrange these. Now we will lay down the rest of the cookies on the tray. I will have a knife and I'll just press through the layers with the knife to create a design also and to make sure all the layers stay together. So I'll do this to every one. I have my oven preheated to 350 degrees. Okay, this looks good. Now I'll have 2 eggs. With about 2 tablespoons of water. Whisk real good. And I will brush every cookie with the egg wash. This will give you golden brown color for the cookies. Now, the cookies will go in the oven to bake 350 degrees. The oven was already preheated for about 20 to 25 minutes. Now we are ready to make the walnut filling Kleecha. I will take a portion of dough and I will roll it out on my work surface to about maybe 1/4 of an inch thickness. Wonderful dough. It's traditional when making the Kleicha cookies for religious holidays that neighbors get together, friends, family members, and make the Kleicha. It's so much fun. Okay. Now, what I would do is I'll take 1 piece of dough, thin the edges a little bit, and put about ½ teaspoon of walnut filling in the center. Bring the dough over the filling and shape it into a half moon. Pinch to seal the edges and then twist upward to give it this nice design and to seal the edges together. Place it on baking sheet lined with parchment paper. Pinch the edges together. Half moon shape and twist upward to give it this nice design. This is a traditional way of making the walnut Kleecha. You can also use a decorative mold to make the Kleecha. So I will do some of them with using the decorative mold. So we'll do the same thing. I'll add some filling in the center, bring the dough around the filling, pinch the edges, and then press it to this mold, seal it up, and then tap it out on a work surface. And you can use any design that you like. It gives you really a nice decorative cookie like that. So it's your choice. You can just use the original and use any decorative mold that you have. Press it into the mold and then tap it out and then line it on the baking pan. You'll find many designs for these molds depending on what you like. And this will be a good way to also identify the fillings from each other. So for example, we'll be using this one for the walnut, and I'll be using a different decorative one for the coconut. Coconut and walnuts and dates are the usual filling for Kleecha, but you can use any other nuts if you like. You can also use some cheese or some sesame seeds. It's all what you like to use. I'll brush every cookie with the egg wash. It's egg with some water to give it that nice golden color when they bake. Okay, and this will go in the oven 350 degrees to bake. Okay, gonna bake the Kleecha in the oven. The date ones is already ready. See how nice and golden they are. Look at the beautiful layers of the flaky dough and the chewy dates. Now we'll bake the date Kleecha for about 20 minutes until golden. Now we'll prepare the coconut filling. I have 2 cups of sweetened coconut shredded. I'll add 2 tablespoons of orange blossom water. Mix it. And this is a super easy filling to make. Mix it well until well blended. And now we'll take another portion of a dough, roll it out into about 1/4 inch in diameter. And again, we'll cut out as many circles. If you don't have a cookie cutter, you can also use a small cup to cut out the circles of the dough. Now we are ready to to fill the cookies with the coconut filling. So we'll put about 1 teaspoon in the center. Bring the dough over the filling to enclose completely. And I'm using this decorative mold. Again, the reason why I'm using a different one, I'm using the round one for this, to identify the coconut from the water. Put out. Look how beautiful this is. It looks real nice. Do the same thing here. And now, again, I'll brush the cookies with the egg brush. It's egg with some water. Brush the whole surface. This will give us the brown cookies. Okay, I'll brush the last one. And these will bake in the oven 350 degrees for about 20 minutes. Now the date cookies are ready. Beautiful golden brown. Smells wonderful. And we'll have the coconut cookies in the oven to bake for about 20 to 22 minutes. Okay, we'll check on our coconut cookies. And it's beautiful, nice and golden. Set them on the side to cool. Now we'll make the dough for the Semolina date cookies. I have 1.5 teaspoon of dry yeast. To this, I'll add 1/4 cup of lukewarm water and 1 tablespoon of sugar. Let it sit for 5 minutes. Now, I'll mix 3 cups of semolina flour in my mixing bowl. Semolina flour is made of wheat, and it's yellow in color and it's granule, and most of the time is used to sprinkle over bread to prevent it from sticking. 1 cup of all-purpose flour, 1 tablespoon of sugar, and 1/2 teaspoon of salt. I'll whisk all the dry ingredients together until it's all blended. Then I'll add 1.5 sticks of butter sliced into 1/4-inch slices. Separate all the slices. Into the dry mixture. And also I'll add 1/4 cup of short milk to this. Now I'll break all the butter pieces into the dry mixture to coat all of it and to resemble a coarse meal. Now we'll add the yeast mixture into the semolina mixture, and to this we'll add half cup of milk. Now I'll have the mixing attachment, and we'll mix everything until everything is well blended and it's gonna form a stiff dough. Now mixture is ready and form a nice stiff dough. We'll let it sit for about 15 to 20 minutes, covered with some saran wrap, until we are ready to use it. Now we will prepare the filling for the semolina date cookies. I have 2 tablespoons of butter melted. We could use pitted dates, soft pitted dates, or we could use the date paste. About 2 cups. We'll cook it with the butter until nice and soft. To this, I'll add a pinch of cinnamon and some freshly grated nutmeg. About half teaspoon. I like using freshly grated because it gives you that really concentrated flavor of nutmeg. Okay, that's it. Just cook it until nice and soft and form into a nice paste. For a few minutes, the dates are nice and soft and they look like a paste. And now we'll set them on the side for a few minutes to cool off. Now the dates are nice and cool. We'll pinch off a small size of date and then we'll roll it out into about 4 inches long. And this will be our filling for the cookies. Roll it out. Want to make sure all of them are the same length. Now the dough is ready and it's rested. Our filling here, it's ready. So what I will do is I'll pinch a piece of dough the size of a walnut, roll it into 4-inch log, and then flatten the dough. Take 1 piece of the date, place it in the center, bring both sides of dough around the filling to enclose, roll it out, and form it into a ring. Pinch the ends together, smooth out all the sides, and place it on a baking sheet. Super easy recipe to make. Again, we'll flatten the dough after we roll it into 4-inch log. We'll take 1 piece of the prepared dates and fold the dough over the date filling, seal to enclose, roll it out, smooth it, form it into a ring, pinch the ends together, smooth all sides, and place it on a baking sheet lined with parchment paper. I have my oven preheated to 400 degrees. This will bake in the oven for about 10 to 12 minutes until golden brown. These cookies are ready. Beautiful cookies, chewy on the inside and crispy on the outside. Smells so good. This is how much time we have for today. In today's show, I made my favorite holidays cookies. It's Kleecha. It's cookies made with different kind of fillings, dates, walnuts, and coconuts. And I also made semolina flour date cookies. Thank you so much for coming to my kitchen and enjoy Middle Eastern cooking. Happy holidays.